We are living in a time of sleep deprivation. Almost every 10th person is suffering from severe insomnia. The rise of artificial light and entertainment deep into the night led to a decrease in sleep time. In comparison to 1942, in 2001, people were sleeping almost 1 hour less. Fortunately, a recent meta-analysis in which the results of 3,724 participants were combined could show that the gold standard therapy for insomnia, the ICBT, is really very effective. And what you learn in a cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia is actually so easy that it can be learned via the internet, and you don't really need a therapist. So take a look, for example, at a study in which 303 participants were randomly assigned to 2 groups. One group received an individualized online ICBT, whereas a control condition also received some information about improving their sleep, but it was by far not that individualized. And it's very good that the control group was not passive, but also received some input. But what were the participants taught in this ICBT? First of all, they learned how to stop their catastrophizing thoughts, because many people with insomnia cannot sleep because they are kept awake by recurring negative thoughts, like, for example, if I don't get enough sleep, I won't function at all tomorrow, or if I wake up during the night and I cannot fall asleep again, my health will suffer. And in those cases, it can be very helpful to have a reality check if this is really true. And of course, it's not true. It's not that black and white. Of course, you are still able to function if you don't get enough sleep. And of course, also your health won't suffer that much. In this regard, it can also be very helpful to set a specific time for those kinds of thoughts and all other rumination and worrying thoughts. Like, for example, every day from 6 to 6:30 in the evening, there is your rumination time. But when you are lying in bed, this is not the time for rumination. This is not the time for worrying. And if such thoughts should be coming up when you are lying in bed, you should tell yourself, stop. No, this is not the right moment for this. I have this special rumination time tomorrow. Then I can take a look at this thought again. And if you want, you can write down the thought, and then tomorrow you can ruminate about this. But most of the time you will realize you don't have to ruminate about this thought again. And something else that can help you to get out of this negative thought spiral is, for example, think about 5 positive things of the day, or 5 things that you are grateful for, like, for example, the meal you had at this day, or a person you met on this day, or just that you are still breathing, that you are still existing and have the honor to be on this earth. But besides these cognitive strategies, there are, of course, a lot of behavioral elements, like, for example, sleep restriction, which at first sight might be a little bit strange, because why should you restrict your sleep if you are not getting enough sleep? Well, the reason is that many people with insomnia try to get their sleep during the day, and often also try to stay longer in bed or to go very early in bed, because they think, well, this will increase my chance to fall asleep. But actually the opposite is the case, because when you go to bed, when you are not really very tired, because you hope that you might fall asleep some way, you also won't fall asleep because you are not tired. And if you are trying to get some sleep during the day, this is also problematic, because if you are able to get a little nap, this also leads to not being tired enough in the evening, and you also won't get this deep, relaxing sleep that you need to feel powerful and energetic in the morning. So sleep restriction, and this could also be shown in a quite new meta-analysis, sleep restriction, even as a standalone therapy, can be quite effective. And last but not least, in ICBT, you also learn about stimulus control and sleep hygiene. So how important it is that you don't do any exciting in the evening, like for example watching a horror movie or go on social media. And of course you should also ban all light sources that could keep you awake and counter noise with, for example, oral plugs or with relaxing music or the sound of the sea or with white noise from a radio. And also watch out for the right temperature in your room. About 15 to 20 degrees Celsius are about right. At the same time, you should also avoid huge meals that could keep you awake during the night because of reflux, for example. And you should also avoid nicotine, caffeine, etc. And when the participants were taught all that, it could be shown that in comparison to the control condition, the ICBT treatment really led to less sleep problems. So cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia can be very effective, and the content is really easy to learn. And even an app can help you to learn it. And I linked one of those apps beneath this video. I don't get anything for recommending this app, and it's completely free. Take a look at this app, it can be quite helpful. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Feel free to take a look at the books or at the website, and maybe we will see you next time.